Okay, so let me just get straight to it. Thank you guys for coming down. Appreciate the time that you're giving out of your evening to come and listen to me talk. And to share with you why content marketing won't work for you. Haha, clickbait. I'll actually go through a few tactics and strategies and also techniques to make sure content marketing will work for you. Yay! Okay, so a bit about myself. I used to be from MediaCorp 10 years ago. Did a lot of videos, very traditional broadcast kind of TVCs and stuff like that. 5 years ago, started my company with my gang, and then we pivoted to digital because nobody watches traditional broadcasts anymore. So a lot of our content that we did, videos, photos, animations, was all for digital. To start off, what's the difference between branding, marketing, and content marketing? Okay, don't worry. So branding, right, is really activities that build in terms of your brand. Marketing is activities that sell, and content marketing is activities that retain. Okay? Branding, think Nike, right? Just do it. Don't mistake a logo as a brand. Branding is really the story that they tell, the persona that they create for their brand itself. Marketing is like your product marketing, your WhatsApp marketing. Whenever you see an ad on TV, that is a form of marketing, advertising. I'm pretty sure you guys know you kind of look like you know your shit. So let's talk about content marketing, the buzzword for today. Oh, WTF is content marketing, man. So in a nutshell, it focuses on creating valuable content, right? Valuable content, the keyword is valuable. That ultimately drives an objective, whether is it sales, whether is it profit, it usually is secondary. The primary function of content marketing is to give value back to the customer. Now, you guys have probably been exposed to one form or another of content marketing, whether is it 10 tips to look out for when you travel overseas, or 5 ways to build your six-pack, 6 ways to build your six-pack. That's catchier, right? Lucas is a fitness coach. And why do people actually do that? Why do brands actually do that? Because they want to start a conversation. They want to have conversation starters with their customers. And by starting a conversation with your customer, you can actually give back, share, and then build a lifelong fan. It is easier to retain a customer and to convert them into a fan as opposed to acquisition of new customers. So that is what content marketing is all about. So as I said, marketing is telling the world how good you are. Whoa, hello. Content marketing is showing. And the challenge today is all about what is useful. Not all information is made equal. And also, most importantly, this information is how it adapts to you as a user. Whether is it value adding to you and value adding to your personal goals and personal objectives. So that, in a nutshell, is what content marketing is. So it's the next big thing. It is the thing now. Really, it is the buzzword that everybody is talking about. Oh, CM. How can we, build our fan base using CM? It is always about your audience. So like I said from the start of this presentation itself, content marketing is a conversation starter between a brand and their customers. And it's always about the customers. Marketing is very brand-centric. Content marketing is very customer-centric. So take, for example, G Hotels. It's a hotel. WTF are they holding GTalks? It doesn't add to their verticals. It doesn't add revenue. Maybe a bit, 1 pint of beer and 1 orange juice. But they're most probably losing money from it, right, Jasmine? Yeah. She's nodding in the corner, yeah. But why? Because G Hotels wants to add back to their customers. It wants to capture a different slice of the market. People who like to come for events, people who like to come for talks, and people who can appreciate sharing of knowledge. Now that is very audience-centric. At the end of this, they're not going to sell you some staycation package or sell you the food. This is actually a very good case study of content marketing, G Hotels, G Talks. Okay, so why do people use content and what do they use it for? Okay, it's a bit small, but basically to be found, so brand awareness, right, brand exposure, to build an interest and engagement, acquisition of new customers, revenue, not the main objective, but that is a secondary objective, and also to reduce marketing costs. Because content marketing is actually way cheaper than actually marketing. If you spend $50,000 for a TV ad, or if you spend $100 for copywriting on an article, which is cheaper, and which is more easily absorbed and digested by audiences. People are very, very, very aware right now of marketing and advertising. If you're selling something to me, immediately half my attention span is gone. But if you're sharing something with me that has interest to what I want to achieve, I will be more receptive to listen to you. Now this is a good case study. Wix, as you all know, if you serve YouTube, their ads are rampant. But that is marketing. Wix is actually it's almost like a WYSIWYG. What you see is what you get. You design your own website, kind of like Squarespace and WordPress and all that kind of things. But the different thing about Wix, right, the amount of content marketing that they put out is crazy, it's insane. They have blogs, but they also do things like tips for business owners. I mean, a website doesn't need to do that. Their bottom line is signups on the subscription to their Wix model. Why the hell do they need to give tips about business owners or tips on how to take nice photos? Or even like website promotion and teaching you how to do web design. They don't have to do it. This builds a universe. Content marketing builds a universe for the brand, which Nike does very well. Adidas does very well. Other brands, like let's talk about local brands. Like the latest ad, 1965 by Grab, was showing how people in the past used to deliver food on bicycle and tingkat, carriers and all that. Juxtaposed with nowadays people on the app, What they're selling is nostalgia. They're not even selling their product functions, their services. They're selling an emotion. So if you guys want to check out Wix, go to their website, go to their blog. It's very interesting. So what does this teach us? It teaches us that when you become a thought leader, Wix has dominated the space as being an authority of the subject on web design because of the fringe activities and the fringe content marketing efforts and activities that they push out. You'll be discovered by the right audiences because you no longer need to fish for customers. Customers will come to you and you earn their loyalty and trust, which is very, very important. Remember this, loyalty and trust. I will come back to that at the end of the presentation. So, why doesn't content marketing work for you? Being 10 years doing this in the form of photos, videos, animations, I have seen a very, very specific trend as to why brands always fail in their marketing efforts or content marketing efforts. They always think, like I was having a conversation with Calvin, video is the in thing, right? Videos, everybody's doing video now. I mean, yeah, right now, also doing video. But what is your purpose and what is your intent? Does video work for you? If it doesn't, why are you spending marketing dollars or even funneling funds to video if it doesn't bring you anything? So I broke it down into this weird-ass OBTTPB, WTF? Okay, let me go through with you. So O, objective. Always understand what is your purpose and intent for every single piece of content that you create. Whether is it a blog article, whether is it posting, update, or even a video. What is the purpose and intent? The purpose and intent of me doing this is so that post-event, we'll do a podcast and then we'll create a whole slew of 30-second bite-sized video clips about my entire presentation for LinkedIn because I want to brand myself as a thought leader of the subject as well. So my purpose and intent is very clear. But in the form of content marketing, because post-event, I'm not going to sell people my video services. I'm just going to share everything. So you need to understand your purpose and your intent and your objective of every single thing that you do. Second thing, B, brand message. So you need to understand what message you are conveying to your target audience and to your viewers. If you are just putting out a video just for FFS, then I would probably say that you'll probably fail because you do not know the objective and you do not know the message that you are sending across. So you see, right, these brands, Coke, their brand message is happiness in a can, happiness in a bottle. Nike, just do it. These are the kind of brand messaging, brand promise, or brand persona you will need to figure out when pushing out your content marketing as well. Because if, let's say, your campaign is not in sync, not in line, it will seem very disjointed. Now, this is actually something that I'm going to go in depth with: target audience. So a lot of the time, right, brands, they do not know who they are targeting. They do not know who their customer is. And most of the time, kid you not, they always say, my target audience is 18 to 65, male, female. Okay, so the entire Singapore, okay, great. But then you see, right, specific is terrific, and I'm not even bullshitting. Yeah, it's a buzz phrase, but when you are specific in your niche and your focus and your target, you actually capture, maybe it's a small pie, but this pie is really halfway down the sales funnel or halfway down into absorbing your content, as opposed to selling to every single person. So let me go through with you this. How do you understand your target audience? 4 things are very simple. This is very psychological. What are their problems, right? What does your brand solve? Who are their current customers? Who is your competition? And what does your customer gain from choosing you, choosing to read your blog, choosing to view your video? What does the customer gain from that? So once you ask yourself those very important questions, you will know why your content deserves to exist. The why is very important. Now, this is an exercise that is quite interesting, creating personas. So for every single brand, picture someone physical who you are selling to or who you are CMing to. Picture a physical person, someone called Mel or even Hasif. Because you see, right, when you have a very specific picture in mind, you kind of already have the persona. So our CVP group, my company, our brand persona is actually someone like me, big ear holes, angkong, weird ass hair, and doesn't give a fuck, cuts away all the bullshit and gets things done. That is what CVP stands for, so black, because we're all in black. Draw your perfect customer for business solutions. Draw out, is that person wearing a suit? Is that person in a singlet, slippers? Then you'll know who your target audience is. Because different people, different characteristics, different personalities have very different passions, objectives, goals, personal goals in life. And for content marketing, remember, you are appealing to that inner emotion. You are appealing to that sense of purpose, sense of self, which is very psychological. I'll delve a bit more into that later. Now, the next T is actually something that a lot of brands also don't realize. I don't know why. I really don't know why. It's timeline. 1 day, 1 week, 1 month. If you want to put out a video in 1 week, can, but then you will need to understand your objectives. Why 1 week? Must it be relevant? Must it be rushed? And also the resources needed if you are to put out content in such a short span of time. Event highlights, yes, it makes sense. Today have an event, tomorrow push out some pictures or even some video. Relevancy. But this is very important. Now, timeline and target audience denotes platform. Because not all your TA is on the same platform. Business people, business solutions, they might not be on Instagram or TikTok, but they're definitely on LinkedIn. Fitness might not be on LinkedIn, but definitely on Facebook, Instagram. If you're looking for the YPs, the younger people, they're on Instagram. But maybe my age above, Facebook. The older people who want to get fit. So understand your platform, because platforming and distribution and amplification is a whole different ball game. Now, lastly, the last abbreviated letter, budget. Yeah, I know this is a very sensitive topic. Everybody doesn't want to talk about it. But if you don't talk about it, you'll never know the kind of resources you can put into creating your content itself. So cost price is not the same if you write an article, create a video, or do photography. Everything has its own cost. So you'll need to understand the costing when creating your own content. Now, this is a fun table of the kind of content marketing activities you can do. Blogs, user-generated content, paid ad content, podcasts, which is like the in thing now also, videos, reviews, webinars, infographics, demos, whatever serves the purpose and objective of your company. Like I said before, a successful CM campaign is always customer-centric. In branding campaigns and marketing campaigns, you're only creating the content to please 5 people: CEO, COO, CTO, CMO, and probably shareholders or stakeholders. These campaigns are not made to satisfy the customer. Because most of the time, whenever you create an advertising campaign, oh, boss said, hey, not nice, or change, right? And then the boss's boss said, hey, you know what, doesn't represent our brand properly. Can we do something else? It is never in the interest of the customer. It's always in the interest of the stakeholders, which is quite shitty lah. But that's why content marketing is very giving in nature, givers gain. So, in a nutshell, content marketing is really treating your customers like human beings, having empathy and treating them like humans, really. Because every single one of us in this room, we all have our own aspirations and inspirations. Not every one person is the same, you know? If you sell to us, we'll be put off. But if you treat us with empathy and then give us content that actually resonates with us, you have already made a lifelong fan for your brand. So with that, wow, that was really fast, huh? Wait a minute. Oh wow, I finished the entire presentation in like 20 minutes.